Happy Easter Friday, everybody. My name's Paulie Knight, and I just wanted to talk to you about Jesus' death, about Easter Friday, and we're in a bit of a strange time. We're all on lockdown, COVID-19, and we're all stuck at home. We can't really do much, and that's why we're doing this video, because we don't have the ability to meet in public. And I was looking into sort of pandemics, and obviously one of the major events in history is the Black Plague. And the Black Plague was hundreds of years ago. Now there's a town called Eyam in England, and basically they got the Black Plague brought into their town on some cloth, and essentially it started nailing all the locals, and they were going to flee until one guy by the name of William Mopperson, he convinced everyone that it was a good idea to stay and sacrifice themselves so they didn't spread it to the nearby towns of Manchester. And basically in doing that they saved thousands of lives, but they also sacrificed themselves. They lost over 260 of their 800 people in the village at the time. So it was just a massive sacrifice for those people collectively as a village, and a major sign of unity to actually stop and collectively make a decision to sacrifice their own well-being for the greater good of their neighbours. And I just thought, man, what an amazing story that is, that's happened. And you know, when you look at the Bible, to understand the idea of sacrifice was something they had to do every day. If they wanted to please God, they brought their best and their first. They gave sacrifices for everything. They gave sacrifices to win favour with God. And I think there's such a massive theme of sacrifice throughout the Bible. We don't really do that much today, because we're used to, we're used to being able to have the benefit of God's kingdom now because Jesus made that sacrifice. But back in the Old Testament days, if you wanted anything, if you wanted your sin cleared, if you wanted your crops to grow, you sacrificed. You sacrificed animals. You brought it to the altar. It was a massive process, massive part of what they're doing. And the crazy thing is that for us on Easter Friday, Jesus, he became that sacrifice. That's a symbol of what the cross is. It is a symbol of his sacrifice. And what Jesus did is he came and he did that. He nailed that down for all of us. And he did that because he loves each one of us. And so the idea of sacrifice is so foreign to us because Jesus has given us that freedom. He's given us that ability to access his kingdom. In Hebrews 10, 19 and 20, it describes our sin being washed by Jesus' blood and of holy water. And it says that Jesus' death tore open the curtains to the holy place. It was through that sacrifice that allowed us to gain access to Jesus' kingdom, not only in the future in our death, but right now. So it's just such an amazing story of sacrifice, and to get the gravity of what that meant, what that means to us today, we've got to understand what happened in the past. And I think if there's one thing that I can communicate today, it's that Jesus' sacrifice, Jesus' death is the conduit for our relationship with God. And in John 14:6, it says, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And so, man, we are grateful for Jesus' death. Today is Easter Friday, and we want to remember that. And that's one thing I want you to take away from today is Jesus' sacrifice. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.
You're there in the light and in the dark. Your open arms never withdrawn, and you say, come, come. You say, come, come. Hide and night, hide and night, hide. I come, oh, down feels me deep. You know how I feel, yeah, you reach out for me. No pause, just pure belief. 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 And you say, come, come. You say, come, come. Hide in night, hide in night, hide in night, hide in night. You say, come, come. You say, come, come. Hide in my